What's going on, guys, and welcome back. So we just saw a match replay against quite possibly the worst Sky Striker player out there. It's not just a meme, guys. This is reality. Have you read MISC? He has not, despite, game 1 not reading it, and then game 2, and Bell didn't work, so the only logical thing he did, why not Nibiru, right? Like, I don't even know what to say, guys. Like, I just had to put that out there because, guys, read MISC. Read MISC. It's not that hard. There's so many other points where you can Ghost Bell or where you can Nibiru that actually affect the combo. Oviraptor is not one of them. Oviraptor is not one of them. Anyway, I do have a couple combos here, and then we will get on into the deck list. We have Ovi Baby, just standard Dino combos here. This is obviously our Dino deck profile, so your Ovi searches your MISC, then you discard the MISC to get your protection, banish your MISC, yada yada yada. We know Archosaur Baby, Scrap, going to our scrap plays. We do have our Bisted, or Bisted, however we're saying that, Dragon Link deck profile that will be coming up really soon as well as our cards for the October format that you're going to want to make sure that you have, whether you're happy or excited for current format, where we're headed with that. I don't know, that's up to you, not for me to decide, but we have a video to help you guys out there. So we do go into our Dagda here, and we go for Savage as well. We can set our Scythe, you go Scrap Wyvern, Chimera. Then we can go and make our Tornado Dragon. And again, you would normally have 3 more cards in hand too. So going first, and you'll get your Giant Rex back. So going first, this is basically the play. You have your Tornado Dragon to pop your Scythe. You have Borreload Savage to help protect by being able to negate something. Your Tyranno then can obviously Book a Moon your opponent. You have your Dagda there. So ideally on their first turn, your Tyranno, I'd pop the Giant Rex to book their field if anything, or even I guess you could pop your Tornado Dragon, whichever one you want to go for. Maybe Tornado Dragon's the better option just for the fact that then you still have a level 4 for some of your plays. Next turn, your hand could dictate this as well. However, if they're going to be setting another card, that Tornado Dragon is nice, because then like during your draw phase or something, you can use the Tornado Dragon, you can force it, you can attempt to make them do something that way. Or I mean, realistically too, you could even pop the Artifact Scythe after it gets summoned, and then keep your Rex, keep your Tornado, and on your opponent's turn, you can pop the Dagda, and during your opponent's turn, this Link Summon card is destroyed. Special summon that Scythe out again. So essentially you have Conductor, you have your Tornado Dragon to pop your Scythe, you have your Borreload Savage Dragon, you got decent follow-up, and you can Scythe lock them a second turn by popping the Dagda to Book a Moon their field. So it's just a pretty good overall end board. We do have one other option that we can go into. This one, same cards, same combo for the most part. It's a little more gimmicky. I don't know when it would come up, versus a deck that doesn't need their extra deck as much. But I mean, I guess you still kind of go for the Scythe play. I don't know. I probably would be smarter to just not run this card in the extra deck, but it's kind of neat. I was thinking of, well, what could I do using Fridge and Raptor? So I was like, Synchronize, what can we do? Like, no, Shen's not what we want to be able to go for. Obviously, trying to Scythe lock your opponent, Shen kind of contradicts that because monsters from the field get banished. Then obviously we go here into our Stellar Wind Wolf Rate. Basically, it's you can only control one, but immediately after a monster's effect resolves, this doesn't activate, it just happens. The attack of this card, when it's less than 4,000, it gains 300 attack, and if it has 4,000 attack or higher, quick effect, you can shuffle this card and all monsters your opponent controls. I was just kind of curious then, like I put it in here, and I was like, okay, now I'm just going to do the rest of the combo and see what happens. And it does, in fact, get to 4K before your opponent would ever have a chance to do anything. So you essentially get a free Raigeki, except it's better because you don't destroy their cards, you send them to the graveyard. And you might be saying how, because now draw phase, you Tornado, you pop the Scythe comes out. So we're still in our opponent's draw phase. You Scythe locked them. We're about to have a 4K here. So you Scythe lock your opponent, you have Tyranno, and then you also have a complete board shuffle back into the deck in the form of our Stellar Wind. Again, I do like the other board more just because you have the Borreload Savage Dragon to protect We can work on a replay video if you guys would like, with commentated replays, handful of them, that way against much better opponents. Otherwise we're not going to show another guy who just can't read MISC, because there's really no point to that. But let's go ahead and jump on into the deck profile. So here we see the deck profile. Not a whole lot of stuff that's really out of the normal. We got the 2 Conductor Tyranno, the 1 Pankratops, 3 Oviraptor, obviously our Miscellaneosaurus, Giant Rex. I went with 3 Baby because I actually like opening one of them. 3 Baby, 1 Petite, double Archosaur, and then we have 2 Raptor, because if you open one you want one in deck to be accessible. We have our Scrap Golem, our Scrap Chimera, and I was debating if I wanted to keep playing this or not, and I was like, Keystone, it's a nice way, you can search it out as follow-up pretty easily, like Scythe lock your opponent, search this out by making a Gallant Granite, make this, then get your MISC back, and obviously keep playing and recycle your MISC that way. But also it's really nice too, because then you can leave it in here, and say after siding, say you want Nibiru, you can go for your Granite, and you can just side the Keystone out for your Nibiru really easily, and then just Granite search your Nibiru instead. It's just a nice easy swap off. Definitely not needed, you could easily cut it, but I was like, we got a couple bricks in the deck anyway, like Scrap Golem especially, so I mean, having a card that just kind of helps go above 40 so you got a little more consistency is not, again, the worst thing in the world. Artifact Scythe, if you open it, that's not bad, you just set it then and you can go through easier on your combo lines. 3 DD Crow, because I think this format DD Crow is absolutely insane. Tearlaments is going to be a huge thing, and DD Crow obviously good going first or second versus them. Needing space, trying to stay closer to 40, so we're at 42. Double Lost World, 1 Terraforming. I liked that more than 3 Lost Worlds because it just kind of helps deck thin and get it out of the hand. Like, what would you rather top deck into? Like, say you open Lost World or Terraforming. If you open Terraforming, you search out Lost World, now you only have 1 Lost World in your deck, whereas if you open Lost World and you're playing 3, now you still have 2 in deck, and you don't really want to draw into those other copies. So with the Terraforming, there's a chance to just kind of have less in deck and less bricking as the duel goes on. 3 Fossil Dig, 2 Pill, really standard. Just went with 2 Prosperities. I know 3 is a pretty common thing to do. I never really go through 3, but you play 3 because you want to open it. But I've been finding my hands have been pretty playable without needing Prosperity. It's just always like a nice card to have. But 2 Prosperity's been doing really good for me. 3 Dark Ruler, double Cosmic, the 1 Feather Duster. I do like back row removal. Mine didn't get hit. Obviously we can play under mine a little better because Lost World we can force and give our opponents monsters that way. And then we have our 3 evenly matched. Extra deck, we have the Boarload Savage Dragon, the fun card Stellar Wind. Could probably cut this easily for a Link 4 in case you're ever in a situation where you need to link down to get out of like a Mystic Mine situation. Access code would be absolutely amazing. I mean, I'll probably go ahead and switch this out for like access code anyway. Tornado Dragon, Abyss Dweller, the Granite. Redoer, this is another flex card that could easily be swapped out if we want to put in other higher link monsters, again, for linking down under Mystic Mine and things like that. The double Dolka, 1 Lagia, pretty standard again. Zeus, hardly ever go into it, but it is nice to have the option to threaten a Zeus. Lin Karibo, Anima, Wyvern, and Dagda, and then obviously Penistag for just doing piercing damage to our opponent. Pretty happy overall with the testing. Again, if we get enough likes and comments on this video, I'll go ahead and show a bunch of the replays. I have been saving some of them, and we'll go ahead and get more with interaction with our opponent actually playing it properly. You know, like they would say, I don't know, Ghost Bell, the Scrap Golem. That would be so much better than a Oviraptor where it's not going to affect, like, just actually using their interruptions where it's going to matter. So if we get, I don't know, I'm not going to put a number on it. If we get more likes, comments, stuff like that down below, make sure we hit that subscribe button so that we can go ahead and try and hit our goal. We were trying to give away Ultimate Rare Machine duplications this month. That did not happen. Too many people are just unsubscribed and didn't click that button like we said you had to do. However, we got close. I'll come up with another giveaway for you guys soon. I'll make the expectations a little bit lower. But again, if you haven't seen it, we have our tier list for the format. We have our cards for the format coming up. We're going to work on some other meta relevant videos to mix in with all these deck profiles too. But remember, Bisted, Dragon Link coming very, very soon. And until next time, guys, take care.